Ryan Giles from Brian Giles MTG, and I'm sorry for the delay on getting you the multicolored cards and artifacts from the Lord of the Rings spoilers, but here they are. So we're going to start off with Aragorn, Company Leader, a green, a white, and one for a 3/3 legendary human ranger. Remember, the ring tempts you if you choose a creature other than Aragorn Company Leader as your ring bearer, with your choice of a counter from among First Strike, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink on Aragorn. Whenever you put one or more counters on Aragorn, put one of each of those kinds of counters on one up to one other target creature. So definitely something for a counters matters deck. Then we have a card that's been talked about as the next Joda, the next multicolored commander. And this is Aragorn the Uniter, a red, a green, a white, and a blue for a 5/5 legendary human noble. Yahoo! 5/5 for 4. That's decent. But listen to his abilities. Whenever you cast a white spell, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. Whenever you cast a blue spell, scry 2. Whenever you cast a red spell, Aragorn the Uniter deals 3 damage to target opponent. Ouch. Whenever you cast a green spell, target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Ooh, nasty. Then we have Arwen, Mortal Queen. Now, she's a green, a white, and a blue. A green, a white, and 1 for a 2/2 legendary elf noble. Arwen Mortal Queen enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on. Pay 1, remove the indestructible counter from Arwen. Put another target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter on that creature, and a +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter on Arwen. Now, here's where it gets fun, because you can use Arwen Mortal Queen, Aragorn Company Leader. You give Aragorn Company Leader when ring tempts you, give. Well, when Arwen comes into play, you give Aragorn. You remove the indestructible counter from Arwen and put that on Aragorn. But Aragorn takes the indestructible counter that got put on him, and he can put one back onto Arwen. So they can play off each other. It's going to be an indestructible party. And not only do they get the indestructible, but they also get the +1/+1 on lifelink too. Aragorn's fun. Then we have Arwen Undomiel, the other version of Arwen that goes in the Scrying Elf deck. A green and a blue for a 2/2 legendary elf noble. If you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Okay, that works. And then you can pay a green and blue and 4 to scry 2. Expensive, but in a pinch. Then you have the Balrog Durin's Bane, a beefy black, red, and 5 for a 7/5 legendary avatar demon. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent sacrifice this turn. So in a sack deck, it works. He has haste. Balrog Durin's Bane can't be blocked except by legendary creatures. When the Balrog dies, destroy target artifact or creature an opponent controls. Okay, that's flavor, it works. We have Bilbo, Retired Burglar. A blue and red and 1 for a 1/3 legendary halfling rogue. When Bilbo, Retired Burglar, enters or leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. When Bilbo deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Okay, make him unblockable and create lots of treasure tokens. Next up, we have Butterbur, Bree Innkeeper. A green, a white, and 2 for a 3/3 legendary human peasant. Beginning of your end step, if you don't control food, create a food token. Because he's an innkeeper. Next up is Denethor, Ruling Steward. A white, a black, and 1 for a 2/4 legendary human noble. At the beginning of your end step, a creature died under your control this turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. Pay 2, sacrifice another creature. Each opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. There's uses for that. Next up, we have Doors of Durin. A red, a green, and 3 for a legendary artifact. Whenever you attack, scry 2. Then you may reveal the top part of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. So your next turn, it gains trample if you control a dwarf, and hexproof if you control an elf. So in a party deck, yeah, you're going for something like that. Speak friend and enter. Next up, we have Elrond, Master Healing, another card for the green-blue Scrying Elf deck. So it's a green, a blue, and 2 for a 4/4 Elf Noble, which is decent value-wise. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on each of X target creatures, where X is the number of cards those get while scrying this way. If a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell or ability opponent controls, you may draw a card. Okay, yeah, well, that's a good ability. Next up, we have Eowyn, Fearless Knight. A red, a white, and 2 for a 3/4 legendary human knight with haste. Eowyn, Fearless Knight, enters the battlefield and spell target creature opponent controls with greater power. Legendary creatures you control gain protection from each of that creature's colors until end of turn. Yeah. Oh, look. I'm going to exile your Om now. Or better yet, I'm going to exile your Joda to you. Yeah. No, I'm just going to exile your Ur-Dragon. Oh, I have protection from all colors. Whoopsie! Except we have Faramir, Prince of Athilion. A white, a blue, and 2 for a 3/3 human noble. Beginning of your end step, choose an opponent. Beginning of that player's next end step, you draw a card. If they didn't attack you that turn. Otherwise, create 3 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. More soldiers. Next up, we have Flame of Anor. A blue, a red, and 1. An instant that reads, choose 1. If you control a wizard, as you cast a spell, choose 2 instead. Target player draws 2 cards. Destroy target artifact. Flame of Anor deals 5 damage to target creature. Sounds like something similar to what we got in Strixhaven, but better. Next up, we have Friendly Rivalry. A red and a green. For instance, it reads target creature you control and up to one other target legendary creature you control. Each deal damage equal to their power to target creature you don't control. Two-headed fight spell. Hoo-ha. So next up we have Frodo Baggins. A green and a white for a 1/3 halfling scout. Whenever Frodo Baggins or another legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, the ring tempts you. As long as Frodo is your ring bearer, it must be blocked if able. Okay. Galadriel of Lothlorien. Another creature for the scrying deck. A green, a blue, and green and blue and 1 for a 3/3 legendary elf noble. Whenever the ring tempts you, you choose a creature other than Galadriel of Lothlorien as your ring bearer. Scry 3. That's cool, especially when paired with Elrond. Whenever you scry, you may reveal the top card of your library. If a land card was revealed this way, put it onto the battlefield tapped. So you can scry, look for lands, do stuff. Yeah. Next up, we have Gandalf the Grey. A blue or red and 3 for a 3/4 legendary avatar wizard. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, choose one that hasn't been chosen. A tap or untap target permanent. Gandalf the Grey deals 3 damage to each opponent. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. Choose new targets for the copy. Put Gandalf on the top of its owner's library. So, yeah. Next up, we have Gandalf's Sanction. A blue, red, and 1 for a sorcery that reads Gandalf's Sanction deals X damage to target creature or X is number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Excess damage is dealt to that creature's controller instead. Then we have Gimli, Mournful Avenger. A red, a green, and 1 for a 3/2 legendary dwarf warrior. Gimli, Mournful Avenger has indestructible as long as 2 or more creatures have died under your control this turn. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Gimli. When this ability resolves for a 3rd time, Gimli fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. Then we have Gwaihir the Windlord. It's kind of a beefy white, blue, and 4 for a 4/4 bird noble. This spell costs 2 less to cast as long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn. He has flying and vigilance, and other birds you control have vigilance. Bird Lord. We have King of the Oathbreakers. A white, a black, and 2 for a 3/3 spirit noble. Whenever King of the Oathbreakers or another spirit you control becomes the target of a spell, it phases out. Whenever King of the Oathbreakers or another spirit you control phases in, create a tapped 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. More spirits. In a spirit deck, it could be definitely a useful thing. Except we have Legolas, Counter of Kills. A green, a blue, and 2 for a 2/3 legendary elf archer with reach. If you scry, if Legolas Counter of Kills is tapped, you may untap it. Do this only once each turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Legolas. He's fun. Next up, we have Lotho, Corrupt Sheriff. White and black for a 2/1 legendary halfling rogue. Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. Next up, we have Maher, Uruk-hai Captain. A black and a red for a 2/2 legendary orc soldier with menace. 1 or more counters would be put on an army or goblin or orc you control. That many +1/+1 counters were put on it instead. So you put +1/+1 counters on any armies, goblins or orcs. He puts an extra 1 on there. Hoo-ha. Next we have Mary, Esquire Rohan, red or white for a 2/2 legendary halfling knight with haste. Mary Esquire Rohan has first strike as long as it's equipped. Well, yeah. Whenever you attack with Mary, another legendary creature, draw a card. Okay, that's kind of cool. Next up, we have the Mouth of Sauron. I am the Mouth of Sauron. A blue and black and 3 for a 3/4 legendary human advisor. When the Mouth of Sauron enters the battlefield, the target player mills 3 cards. Then amass Orcs X, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in that player's graveyard. Yeah. Old Man Willow. A black and green and 2 for an XX legendary tree folk. Old Man Willow's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever Old Man Willow attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or token. When you do, target creature opponent controls gets -2/-2 till end of turn. There's some funness. Then we have Pippin, Guard of the Citadel. A white, a blue, for a 2/2 legendary halfling soldier with vigilance and ward 1. Tappage. Other target creature you control gains protection from a card type of your choice until end of turn. Well, that's fun. Well, we're going to stop here because we're at nearly 18 minutes, and we'll continue the rest of it in the next video.